Hello, everybody. How you guys doing tonight? JD Hetzer. Happy Sunday evening. I hope you're doing well. Well, we are going to start continue painting dragon. That's the plan, at least. We'll see how far we get. So let's jump on over. I'm gonna zoom out just a little bit. Okay, this is dragon in its current form. Nothing too crazy. I'm gonna start skin. So it's currently this kind of nasty green color. I think I'm just gonna go right into faded green, and I'm going to dry brush / highlight. Looks so good. Thank you, Misfit. I appreciate that. Use for dry brushing. New paper towels. Nice. Hey, JD Hetzer. Thank you so much for the sub, man. 32 months is insane. You might be the second highest concurrent subscriber that I have, second only to Zendral. So if you can sabotage Zen somehow, you can take that mantle. But thank you so much. Welcome in again, guys. We are going to be painting dragon. So let's get some paint. We're gonna get a brush. We're gonna start with a larger dry brush. And I have the Foxbite Gluttony. This big old boy. I know a guy. No, please don't do anything to anybody. All right. Faded green. Let's see what this does for us. Let's start. Much paint. Too much. Let's get some more off there. Trying to dry brush wings. We're gonna go in toward the body skin, the skin hanging off his actual torso and everything, and we'll manually highlight. But if we can cheat it here, some dry brushing instead on some of these parts, it's gonna save us a lot of time. Go talk to poor Crucial Blue about the amount of time he spent painting wings. Got a weird angle here, so I got a down stroke here. Okay, and capturing some of this light here. How's everybody's weekend been? Hope you guys had a good weekend. Had a good weekend. Yeah, I can't not complain about my weekend, honestly. Pretty nice overall. Painting Son had a soccer game. It's his last regular soccer game of the season. He scored 2 goals. That was really awesome. That's his total up to 5 this season. 5 for the regular season. They're gonna do a playoff thing now, so we'll see how that goes. But great. But that was fun. Otherwise, it was a pretty busy day yesterday, actually. Today, not so much. We're home most of the day today. Did get a lot of good hobby time working on some personal projects. Done that this weekend. Self set up for this coming week. Prepping film a crazy YouTube video, so we'll see. I know I talk about how I'm going to do YouTube videos a lot, but really working toward this one. So, first, second grade. Yeah, he plays. He's in U8. He's in second grade. He's in U8 soccer, and I don't think it's a full field. It's a smaller than regular field, but they do play with like positions and goalies and everything. I've seen U8 leagues that don't play with goalies and that are very like very laid back. This league is not so laid back. I don't know. It's at the end of the day, you know, it's about the kids having fun and stuff, but people get really serious with it. So, and you know, they do like they do playoffs and all that by the end of the season, and they track how the teams are doing. So the playoffs are very much like about 1 second. But the playoffs are determined, like their games are determined by their final rank, like their final standing in the season and everything. Hey, Nemesis, how you doing? Welcome in. We are dry brushing some dragon wings right now. Zombie dragon wings. T-Slayer, welcome in. Hope you guys are doing well. Dry brushing wings is always easier. Always easier. Some of this stuff you make mistakes, we're gonna go back and correct it anyway. Not a big deal. Smaller brush to get that little detail though. This one inside here, let's see. We kinda got it. Sir Blame, welcome. Welcome. Hope you guys are doing well. Everybody's had a good weekend as well. Okay. This wing, this side of this wing. I started this guy last Sunday. Got all the base coats. I think on a random Monday I went through and I painted. Alright, I covered him with a wash. I didn't do anything else with him this week, so. Anybody working on anything fun? Professor Grim, welcome in. How are you doing? I'm excited to do some work tomorrow because some good podcast episodes I want to listen to tomorrow while I work, so I'm excited to do that. Adeptus Ridiculous did their Warhammer Fantasy, and they're talking about the Tomb Kings, which will be fun. And what else? There's a YouTube channel I subscribe to called Heresy Hammer. They do like kind of podcast episodes, but they finally did their Thousand Suns episode, so I'm curious. I listened through a little bit of that one so far, but I'm curious to see what else they have to say. Ready for bed before work? Yeah, I get it. I get it. Don't let me keep you up. Doing a chill stream tonight. My house carries sound way too well. Watch my volume or I wake up everybody. Talking at a pretty low voice. Let's see, that's pretty good. It's the green. We're gonna hit all the green here, and we gotta get another small dry brush. Get in there. Get some of these details. All right. Hey, Gosu, how you doing? Look at Relic Blade minis before. I think I've seen Relic Blade stuff. I feel like there was someone in the community in the Discord would post Relic Blade stuff. But that had to have been years ago at this point. I don't think I've heard anyone talk about it for a while. Paint Relic Blade? So, alright, let's get a smaller dry brush here. A 3D printed evil pumpkin with bat wings. The monument painting challenge. Oh, cool, it's a Halloween themed paint challenge. That's cool. Nice, man. Got any pictures? I bet. I could cheat dry brush a lot of this skin. And my corrections or my highlights on the rest of the mini. Correct my mistakes. Let's see, we'll probably come back. We'll highlight anyway. What's up, John Locke? How you doing? Starter at Adepticon in March. Okay. Very cool. You liking it so far? Have you played a game or just messing with the mini? What have you been up to with it? Solo rules 4 and 2. Very cool. What's it like? You got like a game to compare it to? For some reason it gives me like War Machine Hordes vibes just from the name of. I have no idea. Marcus Day, what's up? Finally painting it again. Okay. Red Talons and Angels of Fury, 5-man Assault Intercessors. Dude, congrats. That's awesome. Get it done, man. Get it done. We're painting. I'm about to do something wild this week, guys. Wild. Alright. Where am I looking? Is that was that Gosu posting that? Do show me. Where do I look? It's a very skirmish game. Okay. Do it the proper way. That's fair. That's fair. Alright. Let's take a look real quick. Then we'll get back to Senior Dragon here. Oh, cool. Very cool. It is very much pumpkin with bat wings. Man, the teeth look great. The teeth look great, Gosu. That's awesome. Guys, go check out Gosu's mini. It's pumpkin. Yeah, it's looking great so far. Wow. Not saying long. Just popped to say hi. Yeah, no problem. No problem. Already your bedtime. I understand. I would probably choose bed right now if I weren't streaming. Metal. Pretty nice detail for being all done by one guy. Wow, okay. Well, hey, if you got some pictures of them, Professor Grimm, or your work, please share it. I'd be really curious to see. See what they look like, and to see, you know, them painted by competent such as yourself. Okay, we're going total cheater with this. Just dry brushing this color on here over the bone, because we'll go back, we'll highlight the bone, fix all of our mistakes. That's the one I needed. Maybe what color I want to paint the arm parts, the wings. Do you have any suggestions? What color are you painting the wings themselves? I think bat wings are usually like a dark black, but almost like a purplish black is how I imagine them. And the wings always seem like a stretched skin, so it's very much like transparent, semi-transparent. Is that translucent? Put a black contrast. Okay, nice, yeah. The arms in a bony color. Okay. Kind of a bit like exposed bone a little bit, yeah. And they got some musculature on. It's in between the wings. Okay. Oh man.
Look at me!
Very cool. Alright, where am I looking? On Warband 18. That's crazy. You're Underworld, yeah. That's alright, Grim. We got our projects. Finish for your last project. Okay. Sweet. Take a look at Grimm's mini. Finished. Savage Orcs. Oh yeah, your Underworld warband. Dude, I love that shade of green. What green did you use on the orcs? It is a very orky green. Great. I love them, dude. Your color scheme is very much like it's like no messing around. Like I am painting this mini like I don't know, like they're meant for the game kind of thing. I really appreciate that style. I really like that style. It's just raw flesh. Okay, nice. It's very, very classic looking. I love it. Fantastic work, Grim. Down there. All right. I might come back to the green later. Kind of happy with it. But we're gonna stick with that. We're gonna see what does this there. Urban Black is the following. Okay, alright, let's see it. Grim or Gosu, I think you might appreciate this, but just to show you guys, one of the things I did this weekend, I based some minis. So let me sit for this. This militia guy here. So you see how he's based? Well, based him, and I based 99 other infantry this weekend. And I used a it's like a sand like aggregate that I've had like in a huge like coffee tub for years. So I based everybody. I used hardly any. It was seriously like a tiny amount. I just used Elmer's glue. Yeah, so it's this weird story. My buddy, really close friend, one of my best friends, Killicam. All back when we were teenagers, we were friends. We were friends since we were kids, and his dad worked at like an asphalt making company or something. I think it's something similar to that. And neither of our parents were like super supportive of us being like super nerds, and like painting mini stuff. But his dad saw him basing one of his minis one day with like sand. And what we would do, and I think what is the best basing material, is if you walk down the end of your driveway and you like collect some of like the like crushed up concrete, and like gravel, like little bits of like dirt and everything that collect at the bottom of your driveway. It's the perfect stuff. But we would use stuff like that. And he saw that, and he saw this stuff at his work, and so he brought home like a bag of just this like scrap dirt, whatever, that they just have in like piles at this place. So Buddy Killicam used some of it. He gave some of it for me to use. I was like, dude, this is amazing. This stuff's so good. I was like, dude, can you get me like a lot of this stuff? Because like I want to base an army with it. And so this is what he got me. This is what he got me, Gosu. It's just full of this stuff. So I've used quite a bit of it at this point, but this is all it is. It's like the best basing material, because it's got like the perfect amount of like rocks and stuff and sand. It's like the perfect consistency. So yeah, like I base these horses and everything. It's perfect. Ended up basing, I think it's 115 models, and 4 of those are Sentinels. I based all of them, and all I used was it was Elmer's glue, like literally like craft glue Elmer's glue that I've had for 15 years. Elmer's glue, and I just dipped them in that stuff, and I shook them around, I tapped them off, I sat them down, they dried overnight. And then that was Friday. Saturday, I came back and I used isopropyl, and I have this little glasses cleaner container full of isopropyl. Everybody is sitting in in like a GW battalion box lid. I have tons of those things, but just like those big box lids at like the trays that it's a professional trying at home, yeah. But the those like trays that come in the boxes and stuff, I love those things. So I had everybody sitting in there, and I had an eyedropper with the matte scenic sealants from Geek Gaming Scenics. I just put an eyedropper in there, but then I took that little spray bottle and I just sprayed everybody down all their bases and just dropped the sealant on there, and it stuck it on there. So it is very well sealed. Yeah, so I'm gonna be priming these dudes. But yeah, tons of these minis. So everybody's based. And I think by next Sunday's stream, I'm gonna try to have at least the infantry painted. I can do that. It's 101 infantry that I have. 10 cav and 4 sentinels. Alright. Anyway, neither here nor there for this particular stream, but I was just, yeah. yeah. This'll be fun. I plan on having some YouTube shenanigans to do with it, so should be something fun. What color were we using? I think we're gonna use khaki. I think khaki is our first color. I don't think there's a better dark green. No, that's too dark. If there were like I know it could be brown, but green brown's completely different. So I don't have a green brown. Never mind. Let's see. It's a little too dark. Let's try it. I guess my goal is to
Look at me!
finish a bunch of Emperor's Children, but also and whips. Okay, but also those 100 militia. Oh, you're on the vampire set. Very nice. That vampire mini, Professor Grimm, was one of the first minis I ever painted on stream. I think. Yeah, it may have been the second mini ever that I painted on stream. Maybe I may have done some Star Wars Legion stuff first. I can't quite remember, but let's see. Actually works pretty. I bought that purely just to paint that set, and I love like undead and vampires and stuff and all. So GW was not. They didn't even have like the Soulblight Gravelords out or anything for Age of Sigmar. Not that I play Age of Sigmar, but it was just like Games Workshop was very far away from their classic undead roots. So when that came out, it's some of the best looking vampire minis they ever put out. I had to get it to paint. I had to paint it on stream. And fun. Skin's been unsettling. Yeah, it gives you the creeps, yeah. I love doing that, like unnatural skin tones. Messing around with like different washes and like off shades of skin. That to me is always fun. Caramel brown. I mean, the caramel brown is quickly becoming one of my favorite colors. I don't know why this color is just so versatile. The Uncanny Valley, yeah. This color is the standout winner from the latest wave of Krill. gonna spend the rest of the evening on this bone color. I'm gonna make sure it looks really good for a highlight. Gotta head out. Alright, Grim. Get some good sleep, and hopefully I'll see you sometime this week. Or I'll see you soon. But either way, have a great week. Great chatting with you, and thanks for showing off your minis, man. Keep showing your progress, and happen to get around to some Relic Blade stuff. Love to see it. Try to stick with the grain of these horns. Get a complete coverage, especially in this color. It's okay. Keep some of the wash in there. Zam, what you been up to today? Yeah, 15 pounds. Good, it's good stuff, man. It's the best basing sand yet. It's completely free. Hey, Spill Paint Pod. What's going on? Nothing. Watch some random stuff on YouTube and hung out. Oh, gotcha. You watch Ash vs. the Evil Dead. Has anybody else seen that show? At this point, it's an older show, but come out like 2017 or something. 2018. You watched the new Gundam show? Was it any good? This is free ducks. That's right. You just take them. There's the reason all the nasty rumors have been spread around. Like a tech demo for Unreal Engine 5 more than a show. Okay, wow. Okay. Unfortunate. My wife have been watching through Rings of Power season 2. Really enjoying it. Season 2's been really good. There are just a ton of crazy, like, deep cuts that are really awesome to see. I don't think it's much of a spoiler for anybody watching this, but there's a part where Galadriel gets captured by elves, or not elves, by orcs. Big spoiler here, but really not, because she lives. Like we all know she's gonna live, right? But basically the orc's first reaction when it can, you think it's gonna try to kill her, like it draws out its knife, everything. But what it does instead, it grabs her hair. Celebrimbor is in the show. Yeah, his character's pretty awesome too. Yeah, he's a really good actor playing his. I don't know the guy from anything else, but the actor's doing a great job. But yeah, the orc grabs her hair and is about to cut her hair. He gets stopped, but still, like, it's crazy details like that, and the whole significance behind Galadriel's hair, like how big of a deal that is to, like, Tolkien's lore, and like those little details like that just always like creep themselves into the show, and it's really cool to see. So like the whole thing with her hair, when like all the way back at the beginning of like the history, not the beginning of history, but the beginning of everything going wrong. Galadriel was there. There's this dude named Fëanor. Fëanor also happens to be Celebrimbor's dad. But Fëanor was this really important dude that was a like an amazing artisan, smith. Could make all these incredible things. Well, it was said that he was inspired by her hair. Like 20 years old, no, nice. But he was so inspired by Galadriel's hair that he decided to make these things called Silmarils. like crystal things. Tolkien never describes what the Silmarils like are, but they were these like jewels. Yeah, they were so important and like crazy that they basically kicked off all of the problems in Middle Earth. Like everything came about like horribly because of the Silmarils that were made because of Galadriel. It was actually Feanor famously, and everybody kind of knew this. Yeah, yeah. He asked Galadriel for like a lock of hair to have. You know, like the greatest elven artisan of all time. And she said, it's like this historically famous story that all the elves and all the orcs and everybody knows. Everybody in Middle Earth knows this story. I guess not like men and dwarves don't really care, but like the orcs and the elves knew this story. And so it was neat in the show when the orc sees her and like she's captured and he grabs the knife. You think he's gonna like try to cut her throat or something, but no, he goes straight for her hair, cut off her hair, and that also is significant. If anybody remembers the Fellowship of the Ring, and Gimli asking Galadriel for a hair, she gives him 3. It was like a really significant thing. No, you may not. They're obsessed. Yeah, Middle Earth is obsessed with Galadriel's hair. She's Middle Earth's #1 streamer. She does, doesn't she? Yeah. To be fair, Zen, the vial of water, like the stuff she gives to Frodo, actually the bathwater of Arendelle, and Arendelle was actually Elrond's dad. So, gave him some dude's bathwater. Zen's a boomer. What can we say? wings. Hey, you're Raptor. Welcome. I'm doing well. Some homemade hummus for dinner. It's good. There's a lot. Tried fried chickpeas for the first time instead of cake. Chickpeas are a lot different because you have to, you know, soak them. And yeah, I was trying a quick soak method. I don't think they soaked long enough, so they were just a little chunky, gritty, or whatever hummus. I couldn't get it perfectly smooth. Like I pride myself, able to do. But the chickpea pasta last week for dinner. No, chickpea pasta is really weird. We made it twice. Got a like spaghetti chickpea like spaghetti pasta and a chickpea pasta, and that spaghetti pasta just fell apart. It was like super dense and everything. It was really strange experience. Pasta, not my favorite. Do some adulting and fire up the airbrush. Nice. Go, man. Day of adulting. Working on finishing up these Emperor's Children. Won't get it again. I have no idea. I've never had lentil pasta. I'll be honest though. Like, you know, it's worth trying, I guess, but I like lentils on their own. And I feel like lentils are versatile enough that, like, if you're gonna make a dish out of lentils, just make the lentils and put your pasta sauce with it, and I bet it'll be good. Like, put those lentils in the pasta sauce and just cook them in there for a little bit, and they'll kind of soak up everything. Might be good. I don't know, that sounds good to me, actually. Sitting right up there. Extra careful about cooking. Alright. Thanks, Raja. And welcome. Good to see you. Oh, hope you had a great weekend. Archaic Hammer, I hope you had a great weekend as well. I did have a really good weekend. Chill tonight, just painting dragon here. Extra spooky. On some highlights, I know this bone was like the time-consuming part.
It's cold.
Let's take a drink.
Now that's what I call high quality H2O.
Thank you for that. I always do. Bought numbers 1 and 2 of the Reaper Bones painting collection. You hadn't even started the 3 starter ones I bought. That's okay. That's alright. You're having fun with your hobby. Started when you're ready. Don't feel like you have to rush. Don't feel guilty. As long as you're financially able to. Buy the stuff you want. Don't jeopardize things. Some of it. Liking this caramel brown, it worked well. Caramel brown, my bad. My hobby is to buy it and never do it. Yeah. Get it. Like that for a long time. Yeah, we're pretty chill in chat tonight. Worries. Bogart the conversation. No, it's alright. I don't think there was anything crazy going on. Just chatting about again stuff and talking about the dinner I cooked today. Some hummus, some homemade hummus. Quite proud of my ability. Good hummus. I spent a lot of my day doing that. Oh, this is live. It is. It is. Yep. It helps I can offend everyone. Or just start a riot. Yeah, starting a riot would be just fine. Dessert hummus. Yeah, so, oh, what is the stuff called? There is it's like an Israeli, a food. I can't remember what the stuff is called, but it's like I'm pretty sure it's like a chickpea or tahini base. Autocorrect, yeah, and, what it's called, but they have different flavors, and you can get it in like chocolate flavor and everything, but it's like a spread like hummus. Yeah, I don't know if I've seen exactly like dessert hummus, but yes, it's halva. Yes, thank you, Zen. Yep, yep, that's it. Did you know that, or did you look that up? I need to know. I've never had halva. I saw it at a Middle Eastern market I went to, and I was considering buying some just to try it, but I decided not to. I spent enough money at that place, so it's sesame seed paste, yeah. Nice, nice, and all right. There we go. Yeah, so it's like a tahini base, right? You ever get the chocolate stuff, or is it just like you just get like the basic, I don't even know, plain flavor, sesame seed flavor? %, of the normal portion of alfalfa. Any chocolate swirl or marble, they're fantastic. Oh, I'll get a bar. Okay, alright, alright. I'm gonna keep that in mind next time I'm out there. Right. Good to know. Etzer, is that like the oh man, they have the dudes from like Maryland or Baltimore or whatever, and they're trying to get them to say the phrase. Like get like the Scotsman trying to say like something purple, right? Is it purple burglar or something? They can't they can't say it. Yeah, the one from the Baltimore one was asking guys to say it was like Aaron earned and iron earn. And they're just like arn. It's really funny. And the Scottish guy can't say a thing. Just struggling so hard. British kids trying American snacks and vice versa is pretty fun. Yeah. I always like the one the kids trying, it was British kids trying biscuits and gravy. just watching every kid go from, you know, this looks like dog vomit to this is incredible and I want this every morning is. That's a scone, and that's a, not gravy, that's a, call it, but yeah. You know, there's actually the weird language thing, like people can't pronounce certain words as like military application, and there are stories about militaries using words to try to find spies and everything. Cookies and gravy doesn't sound good. Yeah, cookies and like beef gravy, right? Like that wouldn't be good. But one of the things Americans would do in like World War II to catch spies, it's, they would ask people to sing the national anthem, the Star Spangled Banner. They'd ask people to sing the Star Spangled Banner. Cookies and gravy, yeah. And when they finished the first verse, they would ask people to sing the second verse. And no American knows the second verse to the Star Spangled Banner. And so when people started singing the second verse of the Star Spangled Banner, they knew they were spies. It just seems so very American. How would an American know that? It is Sunday. To get ready for a fishing trip at 3 a.m. tomorrow. Holy cow, alright. I will not be streaming tomorrow. I'll be streaming on Tuesday. On Tuesday at 10 a.m. Archaic Hammer, you have a wonderful evening, though. Thank you for stopping by and chatting. Great talking with you. To be fair, Hetzer, you asked my 7-year-old to try cookies and gravy, he definitely would. And he would try that over biscuits and gravy. Yeah, I'd probably. Alright, well, there you go. The Brits are missing out twice as much. Some mistake. Perfect. It's all about how hungry you are, yeah. You ever hear that? Like, the reason we, like when you're hungry and you can't find anything in like the fridge or in the cabinets, and you keep looking, you're not looking in the fridge a second time or a third time. See if there's something that you forgot about or that you didn't see. It's not why you're looking in more times. You're looking in because you're lowering your standards each time. You're trying to find what is acceptable of the things that are actually. Okay, let's get these. We'll mix some khaki into here. Start getting a bit of a highlight. This color. I already bought a second bottle of caramel brown. I knew I was going to be using it a lot. So I have a second bottle just waiting for it. Month. Here. Good paint when you buy a second one. Yeah. It also happens to be the base coat for those 100 guardsmen that I'm. So that's a little bit of a factor. But yeah, I plan on using a lot. The color it's just been so versatile. Hold on. There's still a bit when you finish Mountains phase in Ranger School where there's a hot dog vendor that you don't get to eat during. I like 8 hot dogs with everything I could get on them and slammed them down. Puked it all back up immediately and then bought 4 more since I figured maybe not to eat too much. That's amazing. I'm gonna ask him that, yeah. That's hilarious. the logic in that. I went to his graduation ceremony. He completed his the ranger school, and he actually he got recycled. So he was still a I don't know if he was a specialist yet or a private, but he was basically the rank that he was like the lowest ranked person in that school, and so he ended up getting recycled twice. Yeah, and I think it may have been the mountain phase. He had to repeat 2 times, and it was if you fail 3 times, you're out or whatever. And but he had to go through that one, so he basically had to stick it out for 6 weeks longer than anybody else. to get that tab. But yeah, I remember seeing him for the first time. Yeah, we went down to Fort Benning to his graduation. I think he traveled around a couple places for the different phases of training. I'm not 100%. I went down to Georgia for the graduation from there, but yeah, he was like literally skin and bones. It was pretty terrifying seeing how haggard he looked. He was tab and scroll. Yeah. The full bit. Yeah, crazy enough, him getting recycled through that training probably saved his life. He missed his deployment, his battalion deploying, and by a couple weeks, because he kept getting recycled, and was basically, you finish your training and then you'll come join us. And, while he was in the States getting ready to deploy, yeah, his platoon, it was his platoon, was basically, they were going to they found out who this like big like bomb maker was or whatever, big Taliban Al-Qaeda bomb maker, and they went to get him. They set up, planned out the whole thing. Well, apparently he had a bunch of like booby trapped things that they didn't know about after all like their research and stuff, and they ended up tripping a bunch of the booby traps, and it killed 4 people from his platoon. Apparently it was 2 people from his squad, and basically everybody in his platoon was wounded. He was the only one in his platoon that was in the States at the time. So yeah, it is. It's really nuts. Yeah, and he was already like, over like being in the army. He's like, I'm done. He's like, I want to leave. I don't want to do this anymore. But he's like, if I'm here, I might as well just do all the things. So he's like, I'm gonna get my tab or whatever, my scroll or whatever it is you get, the second one. He's like, I'll just finish things I have to do, and it was just like extra horrible on top of all that. Yeah, he was post 9/11. Yeah. It's in between 2010 and 2016. 2016. Yeah, definitely. How old do you think I am, Hetzer? No, yeah, you're old. Yeah. He's long gone. He's long gone out of the army, yeah. And between 92 and 2019 seems, oh yeah, all the time between then. The blur. Yeah, you're like, the 90s was 10 years ago, right? Nope. It's like facial skull is fun though. It wasn't, no. I know, it's weird. I'm the old person now. It's sad. Squad leader for a guy who's a squad leader times 5 to your brother. Yeah, you're like a great ball. What battalion were you in, Hetzer?
First of all,
Hey,
let me
PT
take just a
Hudson.
moment to
Welcome.
thank you for allowing me back
How are
into
you
your
doing
home.
today? This evening. I hope you're having a wonderful weekend. Sunday night. My AI automated drone. That crazy track reference is going to be so important. Okay. What? What are you talking about, Troy? What in the world? Oh, you're a 2nd battalion. Okay, he was in 3rd battalion. Point probably still stands, but... I used to chat with a guy, knew a guy who was, he was an Army Ranger in the, man, he was in, I think it was the 80s, but he was in for like 15 years, so, he was in for a while as a Ranger, but he ended up serving in, was it, Grenada? He had some crazy stories. Like the one bit of like actual combat that he saw, but it was nuts. He was at Benning, yeah, 1st or 3rd, yeah, because second battalion's in like is that even in Georgia or are you guys somewhere else? Yeah, it was. I knew a guy. I knew a guy that served in Grenada. He called it grenade. Oh, in Washington State. Oh, okay. Okay. Huh. Crazy. Broke his ankle in the jump into Panama. We dropped way too low. Oh, yeah. Yeah, this guy was telling me, he did a lot of airborne stuff with the Rangers. It was like his favorite thing ever, like, his private life after he got out of the military, like, that's what he would do for fun, just, like, skydive all the time. So, he had, like, 500 or 600 jumps or something. That's crazy. Dropping them too low, breaking ankles. Taking the airfield. Yeah, yep. Vaguely familiar with that. Doing a night jump in Alaska, and they dropped his platoon into the wrong area. Broke his hip and femur. Oh, that's so bad. Yeah. My brother broke his ankle doing his ranger school, his for his tab or whatever. Hey, there's a guy in my Horus Heresy group. Was an army medic. Was wounded 3 times. Never left the States. Yeah, recycling's a bad word. Yeah. I used to hang out with another guy. We played Armada. He lived in India or something, but we would see each other like every turn. This guy ran to like every Star Wars Armada tournament imaginable, and he was a medically retired army captain. Commanded a tank company. He was in an Abrams tank in the beginning of global war on terrorism and stuff, like going into Iraq and everything. And yeah, I have never seen someone as messed up as that guy. Like physically, just his entire body is just destroyed. For riding around in tanks for I don't know how many years, for 10 years or whatever. Yeah, Mr. MGD, yeah. I don't doubt it. I don't, seriously, I never want to downplay anything. Any of you guys who are man enough, brave enough, serve, go through with that. You guys are all, much braver than I ever could be. I feel like war in general, like, I don't think anybody's having fun in war, Maybe those guys in Desert Storm were having a decent time. But Cav Scout, okay. Yeah, the Cav. No one likes Cav Scout. That's hilarious. Why don't people like Cav Scouts? Army. It's hilarious. Of all the things that could get all service members united, agreeing on one thing, that is what it is hating the Cav Scouts. I mean, the Coast Guard before I had to be a Cav Scout. That's hilarious. They all agree. No, I definitely don't think that's the case. My oldest brother was a Marine. Is a Marine? I don't know. Okay, but yeah, he was a Marine. Served with the Marines. My other brother was in the Army, and they get in arguments all the time. All the time. In fact, I don't think I had ever seen them argue worse than you were Marine get died. They never had more intense arguments, and it was just random crap about like Marines are best, and then they're just like throwing hands. I was in the Navy. The Marine pilots were actually insane. Italy has carried for something everyone stayed away from them. I know, yeah, I understand that. Sea and Navy, best. I told my son if he ever wants to join the military, has talk to his uncles first. Because I know they're not going to make it sound cool. So Nick, you're gonna join the Air Force someday. All right, good luck, man. Air Force is the place to go if you don't want to get shot. Or get shot at, I guess. Air Force gets shot at. Oh, okay. Could be a PJ. No, yeah. Yeah. There was I don't even know where I met this guy. I met all these random service people. I met this guy way back. It had to have been 15, 20 years ago, maybe. Just having a conversation with this guy. And he was the first class of PJs, of like parajumpers, right? Like the pararescue jumpers. And he had wild stories about like trying to figure out like how to do stuff. Like what exactly they do. Yeah, he was in Vietnam. That was a PJ in him. Dang, that's I met Zombie Bunny's dad, everybody. Yep. You wish. I grew up across the street from a guy who was an LRP, a ranger in Vietnam, which is horrifying. That is a job I wouldn't want. Pretty much everybody he knew died. Everybody he served with died. The LRPs were the dudes that like, it's like, hey, the enemy's out there. We don't know where they are and we can't see them. So we need you guys to go out there and get shot at so we know where they are. Go out there and find them, and then we'll go deal with them. Yeah, walking around with sawed-off machine guns at night. Absolutely insane role. It's like the it kind of makes you think of like in like pike and shot era, you know, like early Renaissance, the Lanzknechts, the dudes that just had the huge like wavy swords. And their whole job, and they got paid a ton of money for it, or got paid extra for it, was to run up to the pike wall and just start chopping off the ends of the pikes. What kind of absolute madman? Kind of absolute madman. You know, be like, hey, here's an extra $5 a week, but apparently people do that. So. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. You feel old now. Yeah, zombie bunny. My dad was just a little too young to serve in Vietnam. I think his oldest brother entered the draft, but it was ended before he was called up. I got a little lucky, but my parents are boomers. They were in that generation. It's just not quite old enough to serve. There was a kid who was my role model, inspiration for career choices. First group during Vietnam. Oh my god, that's crazy. That's insane. Or died of Agent Orange. Yep. Died last year. Oh, I'm sorry. Man, that sucks. Oh, you got it. Let's see. I'm gonna read this. I'll read this a little later. I'm curious to read that, Hetzer. Oh, what's a Green Beret? Yeah. Had trophy room in his house. That's cool. I'm gonna try to finish this color at least. I think I might go through this bone with a coat of just khaki. This is like a 50-50 mix. Khaki and the out. I know we gotta get the wing stuff, but yeah, trophy. Yeah, I get it. Not like human ears or anything, right? Wasn't doing that kind of stuff, was he? I love me room. They dry up too quick. Yeah, see, there you go. Here's. My grandpa, both my grandpas served in World War II. Um, one went to join the Navy and went to Pearl Harbor about 6 months after everything happened, and stayed there for the entire war as a test proctor. What he did, he would give like written exams to people trying to pass for like certain certifications and everything. So he got a 4-year vacation in Hawaii. Other grandpa joined the army, decided to be a ranger, and he started serving. It was shortly after the invasion of Europe, after Day invasion and everything. So he wasn't like Point to Hawk or anything, but he did fight in the Battle of the Bulge, and has some wild stories about that. And then when Patton's Third Army was asking for volunteers for his armored units to, like, drive tanks and be part of tank crews, my grandpa was like, yeah, sure, I'll do that. I'm working on my Battle of the Bulge set. Nice. There you go. Yep. I bought an Army Ranger bolt action box way back when and painted a guy from based on one of my grandpa's stories. He had a story about his sergeant. So he was a radio man. That was like his job when he was at the Rangers. But they captured a bunch of Germans in one engagement, and his sergeant told him, like, "Hey, go take these guys to the back of the line, and here's my grease gun." So yeah, it was like 20 or 30 Germans. They just go walk into the back. Like, okay. So it's walking them back. Well, he gets them back to the HQ or whatever, and drops them off. And he checks the magazine of the grease gun and saw that it was empty. And he was so mad. He talked about he like chewed out his squad leader and everything because the guy gave him an empty magazine in his weapon. Probably so he didn't kill him. I'm sure there were like some pretty big feelings going on, but yeah, after that he joined as a crewman in a Sherman, and worked his way through the different positions and became a tank commander. And as a tank commander, his tank knocked out a German tank. I don't remember what kind of tank it was, but they ended up they took out this tank, and he ended up grabbing the enemy tank commander, like had his uniform, and he ended up taking all of his his stuff basically. So he took all this guy's medals, and the guy had a Knight's Cross, like an Iron Cross and everything. Like the guy had some crazy awards and medals. So yeah, he took them. He had them in a box in his house on display. Medals he took off a tank commander. Pretty baller. He was the kindest and most well-mannered, well-meaning, soft-spoken person you'd ever meet. And I think it's great that he had he had Nazi stuff in his house, but it was because he killed a Nazi and took his stuff. Any other issues with greed, power, growth you don't care about? Industry and management, 18th century. Space Marine 2 capture control heavy. Let's go. Oh, nice. It's pretty solid. Pretty solid. Nice then. Right, I'm not quite sure what you're saying, man, but I'm okay if you're unhappy with the the greed and everything going on in the world. A lot less of that. 3 BF-109s on one day. Worst spaghetti Nazis ever made. Oh. That's incredible. The bolter fire makes my eyes glaze over. Yes, they do. It's stuck, guys. Let's get the wings. Dear God, that thing. You talking about my dragon? Is that Crying Orange? Looks beautiful. Oh, thank you. That was quite the spelling error. Holy cow, Crying Orange. Welcome in. Doing well. We're getting some highlights on the bone. And then, so this will, I'm almost positive this will be the last thing we do this evening, but visit it. I'm working on the musculature, exposed inner flesh. We'll get some added details. There's a couple metallics, a couple little like skulls and stuff. Some other little details. Work on the basing. Yes, this is an undead dragon. This is the Games Workshop Zombie Dragon Mini. Oh, I also have a Vampire Lord that sits on the saddle here, which is another thing we have to pick up. Yeah, we got a bit of work to do. In our last Sunday stream, starting this mini. So this isn't bad for 4 hours of progress. Yeah, it does have a writer. Yep. What's up, Tuvan? Your magnifying glass for painting. Recently got actual glasses. Except I'm gonna need glasses for my glasses for my glasses. Yeah, just glassesception at this point. Pathology appointment tomorrow. After that, I'm gonna hunker down, try to finish the Wings of the Flying Pumpkin. Very cool. Very cool. Just finished our Gloomhaven night. That sounds like fun. Very nice. Gloomhaven is a game I have always seen and admired, but never have a group nor the time to play through that game in any satisfactory state, so. What? Even Jaws of the Lion? It's like 1/5 the size. Okay, interesting. Like that. No, I don't have a group of adults around me. Schedules together that happen. Pre-COVID, we actually had a Star Wars Age of Rebellion going with a friend and coworker of mine, and then a couple close friends that all had very young kids about the same age, all between a year and like 3 years old. And they would come over to our house, and the kids would literally play together, and then we would play the game for a couple hours. And so what we would do, did that maybe once a month, get together to do that. But post COVID, none of that stuff's happening. Kind of lost touch with some of those friends. "2020 was a weird year. Really wish that year didn't happen. Kind of changed a lot. Changed a whole lot." Yeah, it has minis. Yeah, Gloomhaven does have minis, yeah. Gloomhaven's a really cool system, though. Like an idea for a game where it's like continual, and it's like almost like random characters in a way, or can be. Your characters can retire after so many missions, and they like you like continue the story without them, and get like a new character. Yeah, just like a whole crazy system with that board game. So scales based on the number of people. Yeah. So much. There's like cool stuff with that game. That game was like rightfully considered like the best game of its time. I don't know if it's still, I'm sure it's still up there as far as like rating stuff, but that's a game I've always wanted to play. Also another one, which one I might have to get at some point, but War of the Ring. Oh, and Zen, would you ever play 40k Risk? It's still top 3. I don't doubt it at all. You haven't played Risk in forever, but sure, yeah. So, okay, Risk, Risk is Risk. 40k Risk, if you've ever seen it, it's like actual 40k, Risk, but the way it works is you're fighting over this like planet, and there are 5 different factions in the game, like 5 different 40k races, and they all play different. So they add a lot of 40k flavor into it. But I was thinking in the next like, I don't know about this year or whatever, but at some point in the future, grabbing 40k Risk, because I bet Painting Son would love to play. He likes playing Risk anyway. So, because we'll play Risk occasionally, and he really enjoys it. So, 40k Risk would be fun. And War of the Ring is another one that would be. War of the Ring is definitely not. It's not Risk, but it's considered like one of the best like big board games. Looks insane. Got some Risk-like elements to it. Hey, Pwn. 40k Risk looks like fun. It's not super expensive.
It's clean.
It's Risk at the end of the day.
It's cold. Now that's what I call high quality H2O.
Are all green paints? would say yes in a way. Like green paints have yellow. Are you asking if they have yellow in them? But yeah, no problem, Tuvon. You have a great Sunday, man. Have a great week. Hopefully I see you sometime this week. But be on Tuesday. Just finishing up this highlight here. We're gonna move. Well, probably raid out. Honestly. I made hummus for dinner, and then I also roasted a bunch of veggies. So we got an eggplant and zucchini, fennel. I don't know if you guys have ever had like fresh fennel, not like the dried fennel seeds or whatever. But roasted fennel is really good. A really good veg. So yeah. Yeah, it's kind of a little bit like a tuber. It's almost like an onion and celery mixed. It's kind of strange. It's got like a lot of like green onion properties, but like you smell it and you're like, wow, it's fennel. It's like weirdly fresh smelling, but also it's yeah, it's like onion vibes. Yep. Very good roasted. We tried it in the air fryer last week. I like bought a fennel, like a stalk of fennel or whatever, just on a whim. And I was like, why are we getting fennel? But got that, and we put it in the air fryer, and it was like, it's okay. It wasn't great. And I roasted it in the oven today, and it was everything else. Yeah, just buy fennel. Yeah, I don't know. Just buy. We buy so many vegetables. Our grocery like list every week. It's literally just like buy 600 vegetables, like some crackers, something. Yeah, it's key ingredient Italian sausage. You know, I'm not the biggest fan of like fennel seeds, like dried fennel seeds. It's not my favorite thing, but yeah, the fresh fennel's good. I do like Italian sausage though. I'm not gonna hold that against Italian sausage. Saying all that to say that thank you guys for giving me a reason and reminder to hydrate. It's salty. I probably over salted a little bit. All thirsty now. Oh, dragon is looking pretty good. The face details I'm really happy about. Happy about the facial details there. So saddle muscles will finish up the bone, and I want to do what I did with the Terrorgeist, which I want to add some like kind of rot between the bone and the skin. So all these little areas where the skin meets the bone, which will take some time. Maybe where the muscle meets the skin as well. Yeah, we're gonna filth it up, build it down, all that. So we have that to do. So there's a lot of work to do. It's a lot of detail, but it looked good. It'll end up looking good. That bone is like the most tedious part, though. So the fact that's mostly done. So we'll get out the. We'll just do pure khaki next. Hit the bones with that, just on some highlight points. So let's grab somebody. Iceland crafts. Oh, excuse me. Let's see. let's go. Let's go say hi to is this Lyle Fujin? Says I'm not following this guy though, so let's go say hi. He's painting orcs. He's painting like old school orcs. So that'll be cool. Let's go right in here. We're gonna say hi, and we're gonna give him a follow. Okay, and that's all I ask. Just say hi and follow, and go from there. He's painting some old school 40k orc boys. Ask about hot dogs. Okay, you can ask about hot dogs. Oh yeah, I'll ask my brother about the hot dogs. All right, we'll do, man. All right, you guys have a wonderful evening, and I will see you all on Tuesday morning. Bye, everybody.